Sorry?
Nana's in her room. So guys, I have some special visitors all the way from Trinidad. So this is my niece, who don't know her. This is Miss Donna Marie. Donna, how long I haven't seen you, baby?
For 30 years.
For 30 years. No, Donna is married. That's her husband, MTS. Say hi.
Hi guys.
Everybody has friends. Check him out on YouTube. In Anna's Kitchen. Watch he's in Anna's Kitchen here in Queens, New York, with us hanging out this evening.
No.
So Donna was about 7 years old last when I saw her. Now Donna is married and have 2 babies. But I'm trying to tell you, you're old now. You're getting a little old. Thank you guys so much for coming over.
Not a problem.
Thank you guys. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Wonderful seeing you guys. Short stay, but thank you for joining us, humbly home here. Yes, and look, the mayor is sitting over here. The mayor of Liberty Avenue.
What's up guys? Cheers to life always. And welcome to these wonderful Trini folks who visit in New York.
Yeah. And they say they ain't drinking no saga, they're drinking local stuff here with us today.
I'm Ricky, by the way. I'm her husband.
Oh, they didn't know this. No one knew this. No one knew this. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. So today we decided to make some Cascadoo or Hassa, and to my American friends, the right name for this is the armored catfish. So I have my spice mixture here. I have coconut milk, and I usually put potato or edibles in it just for the starch to give it a little more gravy. So I'm cooking it the traditional Guyanese way. In Trinidad, however, we cook Cascadoo with peas, and we stuff all of the seasoning into the belly of the fish. But I'm accustomed now cooking it the Guyanese way, hence Ricky is Guyanese, and my mother-in-law, Ricky, and I are the only 3 who will be indulging in this meal. I made some stewed chicken with pasta for the kids, pasta and chicken I should say. And I have a Pyrex bowl of rice there. So I'm cooking this again for the 3 of us. And stay tuned and see how everything comes together. And these Cascadoos was brought to us by our beautiful friend Alicia. So my dear, thank you very much. And Alicia is Danny's wife. It's the ARD. When she came to visit us the last time here in New York, she brought these. And Ricky do not eat the Cascadoo or the Hassa from Florida. He doesn't like. So whenever anyone is visiting, this is what we usually ask for. We usually ask them for some of the Cascadoo to bring for us, or and crabs. I would ask to bring some crab for me, because just around the pandemic time, before the pandemic started, we used to get what you say, the buck crabs. You used to get it here, but we don't see them anymore. So that's what I like when I make crab and dumplings. That's what I usually use. Let's check on the curry mix and see. I just threw it in. Alright, let's go in now with the fish. Good to add the fish in here. In goes the Cascadoo. And again, I do not stuff the belly of the fish, of the Cascadoo, because I find that the scale, the shell, when you eat it and you take it off, there isn't really much flesh. It's really like a delicacy growing up from younger, and that was a traditional way in Trinidad that it's cooked. When my mom would cook it, we would eat it like with the peas. This is the advantage now of being an adult. I can cook it to my taste and to my family's. So all of the seasoning is still here. It's thoroughly seasoned with tomatoes, onions, peppers, all of the salt and everything. I'm gonna let this sort of simmer cover it, let it set a simmer for a little bit, and then I'll go in with the coconut powder as well as the milk, and again I'm gonna add some potatoes just for the starch to give it a little thickness in the gravy, and it'll be served over rice. So the Cascadoo Hassa has allowed his own natural juices. It smells really good. I'm gonna go in now with the coconut powder as well as the coconut milk. As well as some water I'm going to add in here also, and I'll cover it, let it come to a boil, and then I'll add in the potatoes. This will take like probably 25 minutes to cook, because again there isn't much meat. You know, it's the shell, the scale, it's a scale fish. I'll give it a good turn here, and then I would not turn it up again, because once it starts cooking, if you overcook this also, the shell can loose up in the pot. I don't want to overcook it. I'll add the potato once it comes to a roaring boil, and lower the heat also, and it'll continue cooking. Bubbling away, man. Alright, the last thing I'm going to throw in here now, couple cherry pepper. So I had added the potato like 10 minutes ago. The gravy got nice and thick with the coconut milk. And this has maybe like a good 5 more minutes, and then it's time to lash. So I'll be waiting on Ricky to come home. He's coming home for lunch shortly. I'll split it up and I'll show you guys how this looks. Some challah bread here. I had bought to make some sandwiches for the kids, so it's like 2 days old. I'm going to make an orange bread pudding for them. So I just opened up the bread. I'm going to cut up the bread and make a custard consisting of eggs, some sugar, cinnamon, orange zest, a little orange juice, some half and half, and milk. And we are going to stick this into the oven and bake it for 40 to 45 minutes. And this can be eaten deliciously just as is, or you can have a scoop of vanilla ice cream. You can drizzle a little chocolate syrup over it. It's very good. But I love this just as is. Very simple and delicious. I diced up the bread into small pieces like croutons. You can leave it a bit bigger if you like, and this bread again, it's like 2 days old. It's very good to use to make like bread pudding. I remember in Trinidad my mother, when we had like stale bread, which is the better thing to use when you're making a bread pudding, she would cut it up like this. Also you can add raisins, you can add nuts if you like. But again, you know, we're very plain Jane, I guess. So I diced up the bread anyway. I am using some half and half. I have some whole milk. I have a cup and a half of sugar. I have 6 eggs. I have here some fresh nutmeg I'm going to grate, as well as some cinnamon. I'm going to zest 2 oranges, as well as the orange juice. And all of these things here, with the exception of the bread, I'm going to make a custard. I'm going to spray one of my casserole dish and layer the bread, put it into the dish, and then pour the custard mix over this and bake it at 350 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. You can also put a dusting or sprinkling of sugar if you like on top, you know, before you put it into bake. It gets nice and crusty little bits, which is delicious. And I'm going to get this custard started now, and I'll put it into the oven and show you guys the finished product. Here's the custard that I made. I'm going to pour it transfer the bread, this mixture. So it's gonna soak up all around. I'm preheating my oven to 350. And I'm gonna bake this for 40 to 45 minutes. And then I'll raise the heat maybe like for 5 more minutes and let it get a little more crusty to the top. So there's all the custard mixture. I'm gonna let it sit for 5 minutes here and soak up into the bread. And meanwhile, my oven should be ready. I'm gonna bake this and show you guys the finished bread. This is becoming a normal lunch date with Ricky and I.
You're introducing the world to Anna's kitchen, so this is what we do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to say I'm gonna have some pieces because I'm in London. We normally would have this with knife and fork. And yes, I'm gonna dig in with this. Psych. My sister Sherry know we're going to get manicure and thing for this, you know. We're gonna dig in with my fingers.
Manicure or not, my hands going into that and sandy and that you making joke.
I'm done. I gotta take a picture and show my nails get yellow.
And all the bone where you bite up and thing.
From the masala. Curry powder, sorry. Well, thanks again for a wonderful meal.
You're welcome.
And you know, this, I always say this before off cameras. In Guyana, growing up as a little boy, and Grandpa would go to like one or wherever he goes fishing. We were only privileged to have one. If you're lucky, 1.5 sometimes. And if he catch them by the abundance, we have as much as we want. But here, of course, thanks to Danny and the ERD crew.
Yes, this was Alicia. I thanked already earlier.
It's in these lavish. You put some with eggs in here, right?
Yes, there were quite a few with the eggs. I know exactly which I gave you.
So
see how I love you? I kept a couple of the big ones.
You handpicked it out?
Yes.
Okay, now going to put on some eggs to boil.
Okay.
Alright, so time to dig in, guys.
Yes, and again, guys, I cooked this the Guyanese traditional way, right? In Trinidad, as I keep on emphasizing, we cook this with peas.
Yeah.
Yes, so I cooked it the Guyanese way here. My family, my husband is Guyanese, and we are enjoying this. Well, Edos, personally, I eat Edos morning, noon, and night. I love Edos. I'm an Edos lover, so.
Well, I rock with say represent. GT.
So I'm representing GT this pot today.
I don't mind it with the peas though, you know.
I've never been a fan of the peas. You know, we grow a lot of the peas and shell it in Trinidad and make peas dal and whatever. But I would eat it, as I said earlier, with my mother when she cooked whatever, you know, she cooked. We would not be fussy and we'd eat it. But as an adult now, thank God we are adults and we can choose whatever we want to cook and however we want to cook it. And this is the traditional way now. I have gotten accustomed cooking and eating it now with my husband and family.
You want us to start problems again? How come nobody never stew Hassa?
Oh, really? Somebody wants to put it in pilau, Cascadoo pilau.
That's going to be a disaster.
No, guys, we're kidding. This is the way to eat this thing and fingers. Ain't no spoon and no fork and stuff going in here, man. This is fingers. We had to eat this food. This is finger food.
The proper way to do that.
That is not no proper way. Put it away right now, boy. Before I take away that Cascadoo from in front of you.
Debone the armor and get to the meat.
So the American name again is almond catfish, right? For our American friends. All right, Ricky.
I'm waiting for you to take off that thing.
You better hurry up and eat before you see you get fired. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining us here. See, Ricky's always have the crowd going, right? He's a real comedian. I was very quiet in the kitchen cooking with my very deep and aggressive voice. All of a sudden, the man come home and we were happy like papi.
Yeah, man. Food is around, you know. When food around, I'm happy. I'm
going to show you guys also the finished custard, the bread pudding with the custard that I am baking.
Oh, you're making custard too?
Yeah. God, look, you can say a little longer, not take it dessert one time. Okay, guys. See you soon. So this is the finished product, our delicious and moist bread pudding, orange bread pudding. And my little model Alana is gonna have some right now. Again, you can have this with fresh berries, with a scoop of of ice cream or drizzle of chocolate, or just plain as Alana is having it here. Alright, Lana, so enjoy. Alright guys, so thank you very much again for joining us and cooking today with me in the kitchen. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.